Hey, stamping friends. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in what's usually lovely San Diego, but today it's rainy San Diego and cloudy San Diego. I can barely see my neighbor one door over because the clouds are pretty thick today, but I did my running around this morning before all the big rain started, and now I think I'm just going to be cozy at home. Hey, Doris, thanks for joining me. I don't feel so alone anymore. Just saying, it's rainy and a little cool here today. This last weekend I was up visiting my parents. They live outside of Sacramento. And it was pretty rainy there, and I've forgotten when I visit that it's definitely colder there than Southern California. So that was a nice little visit. Let's see, what is going on at Stampin' Up? You all know about the joining special. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for joining me. I've got a couple paper shares left if anybody is missing out on some of that paper in the new mini catalog. I've got my lavender class coming up in a week. Today's the last day to tell me if you want to be part of that. If you look at last week's show live, I actually gave you a sneak peek of those. You can do just the minimum, which is the class with the PDF, and with that you get 4 different cards, and you get a half a pack of the DSP and a half a pack of the fine shimmer gems. Say that 10 times fast, and a quarter pack of the butterflies, and you'll have lots left over after we make our class. So that's $30, and it goes up from there. Where if you buy the whole suite for $150, you will get the class for free. So let me know at stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com if you're interested, because as soon as I get off here, I'm actually probably going to go order, because some of that lavender paper is about to go on back order, so I got to get that. So the other exciting thing going on is there's new kits, and this year there's going to be new kits, 2 of them every single month, and you can only find them online. So if you go to stampinup.com and you just put in kits, they'll all come up. The ones this time, one is a set of 4. I don't know how big they are, 6 or 8 inches, something. That's what they look like anyway. Little white frames with some like plants inside of them, and they're hang on the wall kind of frames. So that's kind of cool. Hey, Marie Franz, glad you are here. And then the other real exciting thing, I don't have any to show you yet, but there's going to be a whole ton of new online exclusives. If you're a demonstrator, you can order them now, and I'm going to order them today. And if you are a customer, then you get to order them starting March 5th. So hopefully by next Monday, I will have them, if not the Monday after, and I will show you some new stuff. But for today, we're going to be playing with a stamp set I've had for a while that I just think is adorable. And if you are a dog lover, you need this stamp set. It's called Doggone Friendly. So let me put you down and show it to you. It is one big stamp, okay? Just one big stamp. And the thing that's cool about it is there is almost every single dog in here that you could ever want. Let me straighten you guys out. Does that seem better? There we go. And the reason I bought it, honestly, is because we're all dog lovers here. I don't have a dog right now, but this little dog here, I think looks like a boxer. And that's my son's dog. And so that kind of inspired one of these cards here, because I kind of cut out some of the dogs. Now, we've got everything from a German Shepherd, Great Dane, a little Dachshund, Beagle. I'm not sure what that is, probably a Doodle. But everybody almost has their little doggy friend here. I'm going to try to come down a little bit more. And that's part of what makes this so cute, is that it just has so many different animals in here. All right, so we are actually going to make 2 cards today. One, this is one of them. We are going to use the whole thing. And if you can notice here, I've got 2 tones in here, the pecan pie and the pebbled path. And I'll show you how to do that on one of these big ones. And this is also a little bit of a tutorial of how to use one of these big stamp sets. And on this one, remember I said that's my son's dog, and so I wanted to give him the little doggies for Valentine's Day, so don't tell him. Hopefully he's not watching. But I think that's just adorable. This stamp we're using is from our Be My Valentine, and this stamp is from the Heartfelt Hellos, which is a free stamp if you purchase $50 or more. And one of the things, this is something we say in my house a lot, that's why I had to get it to my kids. I always tell them I love you more, and they always say no you don't. So this, and sometimes I tell them, look, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I love chocolate. So sometimes I'll tell them I love you more than chocolate, and then they know it's for real. And for my kids, for this one, I'm going to put in here, love you more than puppies. I just wrote it in there, because who doesn't love a puppy, right? Okay, so this is just one huge stamp. Now there's 2 ways that you can use this stamp. The traditional way would be on one of these humongous F blocks. And now that I have this glass mat, I'm actually going to try it out on the glass mat because I have never used it like that before, but I think it's the perfect way to use this. Now, when you have one of these huge ones, I mean, I have pretty big hands, but it is really hard to hold this and do the whole thing. So I like to just do it this way. So maybe we'll do one way and one the other way, but so I like to just put it flat and then ink it up and then lay my cardstock on top of it. So the first one we're going to do is that one with 2 colors. So when I've got more than one color that I'm going to put on there, I take my lightest color and I put it everywhere. Okay, and then, and the other nice thing about having it this way is you can really, see that you didn't miss anything. And then what I do is I take my other color, which is my pebbled path, and I just take a sponge dauber and I randomly sponge on some of these. Now, what I'm trying to do is actually get whole animals, or kind of most of them. That's what I found to work best for this stamp, is to kind of try to get most of the animal with that other color, I mean. And let's just do that one. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting all of these in there anyway. And then I'm going to take a piece of paper. Let's get this out of the way. And this paper is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And remember I said that's my son's dog down there, so I want to make sure that I'm getting that one. And oftentimes what I'll do when I'm using these big stamps, even though you can see I'm not using the whole thing, is I will sometimes cut them much larger so that I can just cut the edges off. So I guess I didn't do that this time. And then I put just a piece of our graph paper, or any paper. I mean, you could just use copy paper. And I just rub it up and down, trying not to obviously move the paper, because then you won't get a good image on there. But isn't that cool? And can you see how we've got different areas where I have that gray on there and other areas that are brown. So I do want to clean this off. I think what I'm going to do, I don't actually remember we said we were going to use so that's one way to do it. And what I'll do is put it over here on our F block to dry, and we'll do it the other way for the other card. Okay, so let's get the rest of what we need here. So we've got our little sentiment piece, and that sentiment piece comes from the Thoughtful Expressions die set. Even if you don't get the stamp set, which I actually really do like because I love that hummingbird, these two sets of interlocking dies are wonderful, and I believe, yep, that's the smallest one over there. So those are just really fun to use. So we're going to get that Love You More. And again, that's from that Heartfelt Hellos. Let me stamp it first now that I've inked it all up. Okay, and that, let me get that stamp set out. Again, that's the one from, that's free. I think it's going to be lovely to use that Happy Mother's Day, come Mother's Day, because that's going to be really good. And there's that Love You More that I'm using. And we've got a Father's Day, so, you know, it's nice to have both of those. So that's all the stamping. I mean, this is obviously kind of meant to be a guy card. And my husband and my son always remind me with guy cards is that you don't put a bunch of ribbon, and you don't put a bunch of embellishments, and you certainly don't put any bling. I know it sounds like no fun, but those are the ones that they like. So this is some Pebbled Path, just a regular 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, just a regular set there. And then both of these are using the paper that's from the Nature's Sweetness, and that has some beautiful flowers and such on it, but it also has these rather masculine looking ones in the pecan pie. Oh, this is another favorite one. I know it's hard to put those face down. But this is, oh, what, I forgot to measure this. This is, I think, 4 1/8 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3/8. Or maybe it's 4 by 5 1/4. I'll measure it. It'll be on my blog. Everything goes on my blog later, and it'll have the actual measurements on there. And then this one is just 1/8 of an inch bigger than that one. I know, sorry, I didn't write them down, and some of these are kind of funny. Now that I'm looking at it, this looks like 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then I don't know if I've used this on anything yet. Okay, this is called, let me see, Faux Leather Trim, and it's kind of pecan pie-ish colored, and then it has gold on it. I hope you can see that. So it's a little bit shiny. So I decided that might all be okay for our guy card-ish, even though it does have a little bit of bling on it, but you know, we'll see. When I give this to my son at some point, we'll see how he reacts to having that. And I'm just tying a knot. This stuff does not work great in bows. I will have to tell you that. So, which is just fine for guide cards, right? That we can't do those. All right, and then I actually put some dimensionals on the back of here, mainly because this was so thick, I couldn't think of any other way to get it to be on there that it wouldn't, that it would be happy. So, like I said, you gotta work with it a little bit, but I really like it. I know I haven't seen a lot of people using it. I think because people, oh, I did use it. I did use it for one of our Valentine cards already. Oh, we got other people. Hi, Lori. Hey, Susan. Hi, Diana. Or Diane, sorry. All right, and where's our Love You More? So now, I just want to show you, when you are trying to put this down, it's a little twisted, over something like this, it's much better if you put your dimensionals on either side so that you leave that part in the middle that's trying to get in your way anyway. So what I'll do is put some top and bottom like that, and then it'll have a nice place for the trim. Faux leather trim, let's use its correct name. See how that kind of just fits over there. Plus it makes it not so tall if you're not trying to go on top of it like that. All right, let's just get something I can use for the inside. Give me a second here. I guess I can use this. This is my extra one for the front. And, what are we going to put on the inside? I don't know. I think I'm going to, because, you know, obviously this just has one thing on it. I'm trying to think. Maybe I'll just take these little hearts. And where's my pebbled path? And I'll put some little hearts on the bottom here. That last one didn't. These hearts are, there we go, from the Country Bouquet, I believe. I had all sorts of things out here today, so I'm not sure. Let me check it. Nope, they are probably from the Be Mine also. So on my other one, I put Love You More Than Puppies, but I'm not sure I'm going to put that on this one. So we'll just save it. I just hand wrote that in before. But since it's about love, I think just having those little hearts there will work. Right? Okay, so that's one card. Now, our second card, remember, has these cute little puppies that I had cut out. So we are going to start. There's all of my stuff. Here we go. We're going to start again with doing the puppies. And this is a full sheet, okay? And I have to find, there, it's right in front of me. Remember I said I still like to work with it even when I'm working on the block in case you don't have this whole thing. And we're going to work with the pebbled path again. Once I got into doing masculine cards, I kind of just kept going here. And this will be how, like I said, I usually do when I am doing something with a whole big stamp like this. Whoops. That'll be okay. Is I will do a whole big one like this. All right. Let me just get that out of the way, and I'm going to get my whole big paper again. And it's rare that you're going to use this whole big thing, and that way it's usually the corners that you kind of miss when you're doing this. And so you can always cut them off. Now for us, see, you get it just all along the edges like that. There we go. Perfect. So now you guys, you know, use that technique whenever you have a big stamp. It doesn't matter what kind you're using. And remember I said I wanted this because of that cute little boxer there. So what I did is I just cut out that bottom row of puppies. And you can do this if, for instance, you have a specific dog on here. Like those of you who watch my friend Peggy Noe. She always has her little doggy Ellie with her on her Facebook Lives. And I kept telling her she has to get this because her doggy is on here. Sorry, you guys, I can't cut doggies upside down. But there's Ellie. There's her little dog. Has a little bow even, just like Ellie does most of the time. I know one of the demonstrators actually figured out what all these different dogs were, and actually posted, you know, he basically crowdsourced it and asked us all. I was the one who said that this little one down in the corner looked like my son's boxer, and I guess he decided that was good enough for him. I actually this time put in one of the dogs that we had in the past was a golden retriever. And to me, this big one that I'm about to go around kind of looks like a golden retriever. Now, obviously, you could do any dogs you want. You could start in the middle, cut it off, and start cutting around. They actually were quite nice by the way they did this, in that whatever dog you're trying to get, you probably could get pretty easily just by cutting around all of them. All right, now we're going to go back down. And this looks like some sort of doodle to me in the corner. Either a regular doodle, or even I have a friend with a Bernedoodle, and it kind of looks like that to me. But you could see how you could cut out any of them. So shout out your doggies here, and especially if you see them on here. All right, so that's part one. Let's do our other stamping. Now I just want to show you on this one, I used this pretty small one, but it kind of barely fits the words. So I'm going to use the next up one. Again, it's from that same Thoughtful Expressions set. And we're just going to get our little Happy Valentine's Day. And I honestly like to put this a little sideways and not try to worry about whether it's completely straight. And then we'll get that. I don't know if I washed this off, but we'll see. Just for the inside, I'm just going to put some little red hearts. After all, it's Valentine's Day. And that's kind of it for our stamping on this one. So I'm kind of find a use for all of those. Hopefully I have friends that have all those different doggies that we can use. All right, so again, this is a Pebbled Path card base, same size as the other one. I'm going to fold it in half. And then, oops, where's my other piece? There it is. So this is going to be kind of triple layered on here. Again, this is that same paper with the beautiful gold and flowers. And like I said, the other side just to me feels quite masculine. So those are going to layer up like that. Should I leave? You'll notice on here I didn't have that that doggy in here. But see how you can easily add or subtract doggies on here. I think I'm going to leave him in here. Even though it means I'm going to have to push that down, I think, a little bit so our Happy Valentine's Day will fit on here. Oh, maybe I do have to go with that other littler one. Well, so much for that. You know what? That guy's got to go. He's too big. But that's easy enough, right? Bye-bye. Sorry, little golden retriever. It's kind of dog. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. Are those little it's kind of one of those little fluffy white ones. There we go. That does look better for our card. Okay. Let's get us some glue. And let's get this on. I think, whoops, I should have put that on first. But before I put it totally down, yeah, that'll work. It's not quite centered, and I'm fine with that. It's more I wanted everything that needed to be on here to fit on here. Put a little more glue than I normally would because there's lots of those little pieces sticking up. And I love how this made it so that I could put it with that little row of hearts there. Oh, that's the another free, that's that Most Adored paper that's also free with Celebration. And these pieces are obviously 4 1/4 wide and 1, 2, 3, 3.5 on this one, the Pebbled Path one, and the other one is 2 3/4. All right, and then last but not least, we have these 2023 to 2025 in colored dots. You can tell which one I've used a whole bunch on, but we've got the Pebbled Path one just here perfectly waiting to be used. Whoops. For some reason, these ones were really sticky. I'm not sure why they did. Usually my take your pick tool gets them up on that end, but sometimes you gotta use the other end just to get them loose. Come on. Come on, little guy. You're going here. All right. So what do you guys think? Oh, let's put the inside in. I think these doggies are adorable. I think you have doggy people in your life. There is a really good chance that their doggy is on here. Now, obviously, they couldn't get every single doggy in the world on here, but we've got most of them. Do you guys have a favorite of which card you like the best? Or just gonna go home and try the technique of how what I showed you on using those big stamp sets, because that's the real lesson here, is using those, because I think sometimes we just get intimidated by our bigger stamp sets and forget to use them. I mean, we have some that are background and some that are really it. I mean, this is not just a background stamp, it is the stamp for the whole shebang. And you could obviously, you know, for my son, I could totally just cut out that little boxer and do it like that. So I am going to put you back up here. All right, guys, thank you for the likes there, and I will see you guys next week at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And once I'm done here, I will go to my blog, stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com, and put in all the measurements and stuff. So have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.